Okay. What else is the club doing for the region at the moment? I know it's heavily involved in the community.
Well, we have lots of community stuff. I mean, our foundation is phenomenally successful. We employ almost 70 people full-time there, and in terms of part-time staff and trainees, we'd have a lot more. So we're sort of getting up to paying nearly 100 people a month in our foundation. So that'll give you an idea how big it is. We actively service and help educate and improve the lives of about 20,000 people, maybe more each year. We don't see them once a year in a big group and say hello to them and hand out leaflets. We actually individualise work and actually have progress reports on how they do. So when I pick a figure like 20,000, it doesn't mean that one of our players went along and 200 kids gave him a clap in a hall and he gave a speech and he went home. I don't mean that at all. I mean actively working with them, setting tasks for young people, shaping where their minds should be heading for the ages they are. Some of them might be marginalised in the past, and just giving people a better chance. It's our hidden gem here, and we're really proud of it. So, I certainly don't need to give that a boost. It's because it's phenomenal already. But we would have other ways. The players have been superb. They've bought into it. We asked them to buy into it. It's not often you see two sort of big burly agents with this top superstar, and we spend the first half an hour talking about the importance of the community to this football club. But that's what we do when we sign players, and we expect them to have a certain degree of emotion towards it, and obviously time, which is the most precious thing a footballer can give. And there's been phenomenal stories around here. Kevin Jones went for an hour to do a thing for us. He stayed 4.5. We had to drag him out. I think Roy Keane was going to kill us if we didn't get him home to bed. They're all good things. And lots of players, they've all, just pick Kemen there, but they've all been superb. Jibril, the whole lot. And so we reach out where we can. It's a difficult thing to do, but I think the message has got into our dressing room. The players understand the importance of it all.
Do you still miss Roy Keane about the club?
I would say, in truth, you'd have to, it'd be very easy for me to say, oh no, it's great and everything's going fine. I think you'd have to say his aura is missing around the club. He has this phenomenal grip on the region. He brought the region out of its sleep almost, football-wise, and put us on the front pages of papers and the back pages of papers and news reports all around the world. He's very opinionated, and when he made his opinions, people listened. But that's what we needed at that particular time. We needed the club to be lifted. We needed everyone to feel better about the club. He was superb. We hit a bad run, and unfortunately, Roy decided to take a break from football, and that was fine. We'll always be grateful to him for what he did. But funny enough, just at that time, I think what we needed was somebody like Ricky, who could come in and calm everything down, sort of be methodical, calculating, coach sort of in a different way that got the players sort of leading themselves, showing leadership responsibilities, and coming out of the sort of a difficult time where it was, sort of very, very hot and cold about how we were doing, how we were playing. Players were nervous, and now we feel we have a different type of player now, and that's what we needed at that time. So, if miss Roy for what he was, phenomenal, but I guess we've all moved on.
Okay. And do you now consider yourself to be an accomplished businessman?
No, certainly not. I think one thing I do know, I knew a comedian once in Ireland who gave it up to write films and make films, and he lost all his money, and after about 15 years he went back being a comedian and he's made a lot of money again. So I know football. I'd hate to be in any other business because that's just the space that I know. But as far as my business acumen goes, I do need good people around me, and without Steve Walton, without Ellis Short's advice, without Steve Walton's advice here, and the rest of my executive board, I would be lost. I do tend to get carried away at times and want to change the world, but these guys, place me in the right bracket each time, and I learn a lot. And I think, one thing I've learned, no matter what people say, you must listen and learn. If you think you know something, I think that's the day you're in danger.
Okay, and just finally, what does the region mean to you now?
Well, the region, it's phenomenal success here. The happiest 6 or 7 years of my life was here playing. Bar the first year when I was injured, it was difficult, but I had a great time. My boy was born here. My family, when we moved back to Ireland, when I finished, they came home with Sunderland accents, so it does. It's ingrained into our family now. My family didn't come back with me when I came back. There was an uncertainty. We didn't want to uproot them again, and now they go to Irish-speaking schools. So to take them out of that and put them back into English-speaking schools, they would probably lose their syllabus and lose a lot of ground. So we've taken the decision. Well, my wife took the decision that I have to travel all the time. So I travel over quite a lot, but it's worth it because when this thing goes well, there's nothing